Hiya, I'm Ava Jo. I'm being interviewed by Kieran McManus today.
Hey.
Doing a kind of social interview similar to the one I interviewed Kieran about. You'll see that. We'll upload them at the same time. So I kind of am in my jammies, but I want to be comfy. So excuse the
She's a layabout.
outfit, but no.
She's a bloody layabout.
Right, so whenever you're ready.
Right, well, the first question is in that will be really relevant to yourself, quite close to your heart, I would think. And this concerns women that don't want children,
Right.
or women that might want them but know in the foreseeable future that maybe want them when they're 40, or women that don't want them whatsoever. There's quite a stigma attached to that and a lot of kind of misconceptions about them. Well, can you explain a bit about your feelings on the subject and your feelings on the way women that don't want children are portrayed in Scotland?
Right. Well, the majority of women I've came across like wains, they want wains or have them already. And I've always been kind of different in them. Just about everybody I've came across his eyes, because right now I can't see myself having them, and I don't. It's not that I don't like wains. I just I get on with wains fine. I'll play with them and everything, but I just wouldn't want ones of my own. And I often get asked, because I'm engaged and been engaged for 6 years, folk are always like, oh, when are you having wains? And I'm always like, well, I don't want any. And that's seen as quite a strange view, and I suppose it is quite kind of unusual, particularly in my kind of circles, unusual to not want wains. And they will say, oh, when you're having them, and I'm like, oh, no, they know, I'll probably be like 35 plus. And you get the feeling that folk see that as a kind of negative thing, that you're kind of perceived as cold or unfeeling or something just because you don't want wains. And I mean, I just don't see how that should be, because I'm not going to judge somebody that's wanting to have wains, so I don't see how I should be judged for feeling the opposite. But it's just something that happens. It's just purely the fact that it's unusual, I suppose. But folk are usually quite surprised when they hear that I don't want them. I've heard a couple of folks saying, oh, I didn't think that, I thought you'd be quite maternal, and well, I'm not really. I just don't feel maternal in any way. Like when folks see folks with newborns or something, they're like, oh, and kind of gush over them and stuff. I just don't feel like that at all. I just can't. I mean, I'll go, oh, they're lovely or something, but I don't get that feeling about them. So right now and for the foreseeable future, I don't want wains, and I think it doesn't come up like an awful lot. Folk ask me about them, but whenever folk have been talking about having them, you do feel as if you're kind of judged negatively, or they think, oh, there's something wrong with you, or they think, well, that's a kind of main role in a woman's life to have wains. But I just don't feel like that right now, and I'm not saying I'm never going to change my mind, but I just can't see myself changing my mind to do. Like, if I feel like the same as I do now about having them when I'm older, then I'll not have them, because I just wouldn't, you know.
And do you feel that through your adult life, the fact that you don't want wains has kind of created a bit of hostility towards you, or is it just a case of kind of like, oh, you don't want them, oh, that's fine, or is it? Is there some people that kind of actively don't like you because of that?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's as kind of dramatic as
Right.
that. I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that I'm aware of them. These kind of dislike me just based on that fact. I think it's just more folk are surprised more than anything else, or maybe can't understand it a wee bit. But it's no affected friendships or anything.
Oh, that's good.
Because
that's good. Well, we'll go into our next question, and this is again probably one that, well, I know that by past experience that you have quite strong opinions on this subject, and the title of this topic is the word slut unfair towards women? Is it something that should be applied, or is it really the word saying that women are not entitled to have a sex life as opposed to men who are entitled to have a sex life?
Well, that word is used as an insult to women, basically to women who have slept with a number of folk that the person calling them feels is inappropriate or whatever. Like for example, if a woman, if everybody knew that somebody, maybe an 18-year-old slept with like more than 20 folk or whatever, somebody like either male or female would call them a slut, and that's obviously because they think that lassie or woman shouldn't be doing that. They think that's not appropriate. But the thing that annoys me about it is there's a massive double standard. I mean, if that was a guy that had slept with that number of women, as the woman has slept with a man or other, well, I don't know how it would go for same sex really. But like if a woman had slept with that number of guys, the guy would get praised for it. That's just the way it goes. Like I have heard like folk call some men a slut. They go, "Oh, you're a male slut," but that's no used as a insult for them. That's used as a kind of praising thing. That's basically saying, "Oh, you're a stud." That's the same kind of thing. "Oh, you're a male slut." "Oh, you're a stud." That's used like that. Whereas saying to a woman, "Oh, you're a slut," it means you're a slapper and all that.
So even if it is used as an insult towards men, it doesn't have any bearing. They just say, "Oh, don't be stupid."
So it's like socially acceptable for men to sleep with as many folk as they want, but if a woman does it, then they get called all the names under the sun, and that can be for any sex at all. And I just think it's really unfair. I think I mean a lot of the folk in my kind of circles have been judged for it, whereas like men in my circles that are maybe kind of like that, they don't get judged the same, and it is often unfair. But then again, I do understand that's just the way society is about it, and there isn't really much can do about it. It's just that the kind of that being unacceptable for women today is just that far stuck for such a long time that I don't think you could really change.